Alrighty, so here's the reason you've kept on telling yourself, I'm gonna lock in, but you never do. I'm gonna run you through my 5-step formula of exactly how to get locked the fuck in. So by the end of this video, it won't be a question of you being like, man, I gotta lock in, let's lock in. No, you will be locked the fuck in. So let's go. Point number 1, the reason that you're not locked in right now is because your why isn't big enough. You see, you want to make your why so big that the how becomes easy. So let's just say for you to lock in, you need to make 100 cold calls a day. You need to do 100 cold emails. You need to record a course. You need to build a product, right? You need to start hitting the gym every day, whatever it might be. Once you're very, very clear on why it is that you're doing that, why it is that you want to do it in the first place, right? The money that you want to make, the body that you want to have, whatever it is. Once that becomes so big enough, all the shit that you've been avoiding to lock in becomes minuscule in the face of the why, because the why is so big that the how becomes easy. The why of it needs to sting. Like, you need to wake up every morning and being like, fuck, I am not where I want to be right now. And that hurts me so bad, and it makes that why burn. And then all the stuff, the trivial stuff that you need to do to actually lock in, it just happens. You just get locked in because you want it so bad. And then once you've got all that sorted, it now brings you to step number 2, which is you need to brainwash yourself around that why. It needs to be front and center. You need to print that shit out. It needs to be recorded on an audio note on your phone that you listen to every single day. You need to absolutely brainwash yourself of what that dream destination looks like, of where you are trying to go. So you never ever forget it. If you sit down and you have this like moment where you're like, yeah, I really want this, I'm really gonna lock in, and then you wake up, right, and some days you just don't feel like getting after it. You don't feel like staying locked in and doing the things that it is you know that you need to do. But when you brainwash yourself, it's a ritual that you do every single day. So even the days that you woke up and you don't feel like doing it, guess what? We're gonna brainwash ourselves and we're gonna do it. And we do that through all forms, through the visual, by having a very clear vision board printed out of exactly what that dream life looks like that you're going for. And then you're gonna have your goals recorded on your phone as an audio note. You want to speak them to yourself like you've already achieved them. So that is a key. And you want to send all those signals to your brain and make it feel real. And the way that you do that is through repetition. Because I can tell you right now, if you're just waiting for the motivation's only going to take you so far. It's the spark that lights the fire. It is not the fire. The fire that it is that you need is discipline. And the way you get the discipline to do that is by simply brainwashing yourself to have that discipline every single day. Which brings us to step number 3. You need to have a great sense of urgency, like you're running out of time, because I can tell you, you are running out of time. I remember being in my 20s and just thinking, I have the rest of my life. Like, I'm so young. Like, I've got in 10 years when I'm 30, I'll probably be retired. I'll probably have $50 million in the bank. I'll have everything that I want, right? You overestimate how much time you actually have. And if you're young right now and you're watching this, you're in your 20s and you're like, I've got time. You don't have time. It goes quickly, I can tell you right now. And the years accelerate because you have less to compare them to, right? It's like when you're 10, 1 year is a 10th of your life. And as you get older, relatively 1 year is a lot less. So the time speeds up. So if you're not where you want to be right now and you feel like you have time, you don't. And you need to have a great sense of urgency. When I was broke, I remember it was all that I thought about. It was like, I can't be broke anymore. I always felt like I was behind and that I'd run out of time and there was all these other people that were ahead of me. And it was like that hot breath of competition on the back of my neck where I really felt like, man, you got to go, Sabri. It is absolutely go time. And that served me. I didn't ever just say, hey, I've got so much time, I can kind of chill. No. I needed it now. I needed it right now. I wanted to achieve these things right now. And the most successful people that I've ever met, they act that same way. They're always the people that I write an email to or I send a text to, my billionaire friends. They reply the quickest. Why? They have a great level of urgency, and that's why they're a billionaire, is because they move with speed and they move with urgency. And that's step number 3. You have to have a great sense of urgency and like you're running out of time, because you absolutely 100% are running out of time. We all are. Which brings us to step number 4. Systems beat goals. You know where it is that you want to go, right? But having a goal is nothing. Everyone's got a goal. Everyone's like, hey, I want to do this. I want to lose more weight. I want to make more money. Cool. Show me your systems. And this is where it's really, really key. You got to build systems in your life to make these things routine. If you want to go to the gym, you need to have a system that every night you pack your gym bag. You have it all laid out. Everything's in there. You change your clothes. Everything that you need is all ready to go. So you wake up in the morning and it's not like, man, where are my gym shoes? Where are my socks? Where's my singlet? Where's my hoodie? Where are all these things? No. You wake up, you've got a system and you're ready to go. Same thing with making money in your business. Okay, cool. You've got a goal. I want to do $1 million in revenue. Let's break that puppy down. Let's figure out how many outreaches we're going to need to do. How many pitches? How many offers are we going to need to send? How many of those are we going to close? And then we're going to build that into an action and a system where it's like, I know every single day I need to do 150 outreaches to have X amount of conversations to do so many deals. And you build it in your Google Calendar where you just block out this time for prospecting every single day. And that is a system. Your day doesn't start until you've done those activities. And you need to build these baseline systems, because if you're just looking for a goal, it's so esoteric. Like, how are you going to even make that a reality? You need to break all of your goals down and then build a system that supports you in actually making that happen. My life is so systematized, right? Like, I recently had to take the Rari into the shop to get it serviced, and just that was such an inconvenience for me. If I even have to fill my car up with petrol, that's how systematized my life is. That anything that kind of throws that off, it's breaking my system in some way. I've got my Google Calendar runs my life. It runs what my mornings look like. I've got everything in there. My workouts, my meetings, my lunch, when I go for a walk, all of that stuff, it's in there. And because I don't need to think about it, and I don't need to just hope that it happens, I build a system to ensure that it happens. Which brings us to the 5th and final point. Awareness plus purpose plus delusion equals locking in. It's once you combined all of those things with a delusional self-belief that you are going to go out there and you're going to make this happen. This goal that you're trying to get locked in to make happen, you're going to have so much delusional self-belief, and you're going to build the discipline and take the action through the systems that you've built, that it is inevitable. Like, I've never seen somebody that does all the right things most of the time and doesn't get what it is that they want. I see a lot of people that want a lot of things but don't do the right things, and they don't get what they want. But if you're really clear and you're like, okay, I know what it is that I want, I feel a great level of urgency around getting it, and I've built the systems of the actions that I need to take every single day to make it happen, and you stay consistent over that, it is inevitable that you're going to get what it is that you want if you want it bad enough, and you extend your time horizon out. And that's the way that you absolutely get locked in. Everything else is noise. You don't need to wake up and watch motivational videos on YouTube to get pumped up for a minute. That shit is fleeting. It's short. You want to follow these 5 steps that I've given you, follow them to a T, and make sure that this is the stuff that you do absolutely every day. And I can assure you, when you look back, if you do this and you go underground for 90 days, 180 days, your life will change. It happened to me. My life changed when I started my business, and I had done a whole bunch of different businesses. I've had some successes, I'd had some losses, and I found myself back up at square one, and I did not have any money in my bank account. And I said to myself, Sabrit, you're going to go underwater for 12 to 24 months and not come up for oxygen, and you're going to follow this plan. And this plan for you is to make 150 cold calls every single day. Every single morning, you're going to do that. And you're not going to question it. You're not going to come up with excuses. That's what you're going to do. And you're not going to look at how much progress that you have made in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months. No, you're going to go underwater, and you're going to figure it out and come up in a year, in a year and a half, in 2 years, and see where you are. And I did that. And I was in an unrecognizable place. And it was all because I followed these 5 steps to absolutely lock in. $200 million in sales later, $7.8 billion in client reported revenue. This system works. So go out there, take action, stay dangerous, and I'll see you in the next one.